Welcome back to Two Moms, One Spectrum.
Today we're going to be talking about ugly truths.
And there are so many of them.
There are so many. We might not be able to get through all of them,
Yeah.
but we have made a list of what we think is our ugly truths. And some of them will just, it speaks for itself, and some
Yeah.
of them will dive in a little
Yeah.
bit.
I think this is more things that people don't really want to say out loud because out of fear of being judged for thinking that way. But you know what?
Not here to judge you.
We're not here to judge, and we're here to say the things most people won't say. So let's get started.
Let's get into it. Okay. Okay. You feel isolated in a room full of people. You just feel
Yeah.
like no one gets it.
Because that's because you're the only other person close to me I know who has an autistic child, so no one else does get it.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know what's so crazy to me is like you and I are both on that autism group, that WhatsApp group. There are so many parents on there, but it just doesn't feel like you see them in the wild.
No.
You just don't see them out there. And
Why do I never see another autistic kid walking around Pick and Pay? Like,
No.
I'm confused.
And my son's school teacher, she actually said to me, she's like, most of her kids live at school and at home. That's it.
Oh, shit.
They don't go out. They don't, and I get it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like
I'm not judging.
It's like putting a tiger on a leash. It's not easy. You'll cancel plans more than you keep them.
Yeah, I would
Listen,
rather not.
if a plan gets cancelled,
Not upset.
I am not upset.
Oh gosh, darn it. We'll reschedule.
Have you ever seen that meme that it was like you have a party and you put that little stringer up and it says please leave by 9?
Yeah. I'd like to put that banner up in my house sometimes.
Yeah. You'll get judged by people who don't understand your child.
Yeah, that speaks for itself. Doesn't matter where you take your kid, where you go. I don't think we're being judged by people in our circle.
No.
But definitely by complete strangers.
Even like when we go to birthday parties, for example, when there's a bunch of people, obviously the friends know.
Yeah.
But there are parents that I wouldn't say they're being rude. It's just they're kind of looking at your kid like, what is he doing?
I stress when Mason goes near other people's kids and I don't know these people. And
you stress, says my kid that like throws hands.
Okay. But like Mason will snatch a toy or
it's like he doesn't understand.
Yeah, and then parents have to awkwardly be like, can he give that back, please? Because my little Timmy brought his favoritist toy from home to this kid's party, and if he doesn't leave with it, it's going to be the end of the world. Why did you let your kid bring his favorite toy?
100%.
But anyways,
You'll question your parenting constantly. I think that's
all day,
given.
every day.
And I think every parent does that, whether you have neurotypical or neurodivergent kids.
100%. We all wonder if we're doing it right.
Oh, this one hits me the most. You'll feel jealous of easier parenting. The amount of guilt I feel when I see other kids, like at a play park, for example, like
just in a bra,
living their best lives, and your kid is struggling so much to be in the world, and it actually makes me a little teary.
No,
I'm not gonna cry. What's up? But it's so hard to see other kids it's just easier for them.
You know what's gonna sound so horrible when I say this? It's not even, yes, it is my kid, but I also watch parents who are like, we're gonna take our kids to the play park today. We're gonna take our kids to Pappuccino's so we can have a calm breakfast while they play.
Or at 12 o'clock when it's
the busiest. And you sit down and no one's focused on where their kids are because they know that their kids will go out and then come back to the table. And I'm sitting there like, where is he? Where is he? Where
has he got into the parking lot?
Has he run into the parking lot? I mean, has he run into is he in the kitchen like helping them grill a steak? Like what's happening? I get so jealous,
and I do. Even like recently, so obviously theoretically we both have non-verbal children. Mason can speak, but not in context. So he'll say random words here and there.
Yeah.
Although he will say bye and hi and stuff.
That started recently. It's very
Yeah.
exciting.
And Daniel,
He said goodbye the other day, like a full
oh,
goodbye.
he's
Wasn't
so
just
cute.
because with you, it started with you when
Mm.
you left the house the one day, and he was like, Lorraine said, "Okay, bye," and he said, "Bye," and we all like, did that just happen?
Yeah, or like, ah,
Now when her and I speak on the phone in the mornings, and she says, "Okay, friend, talk to you later, bye," he goes, "Bye." It's so cute. And he gave us a full goodbye the other day. It was so
oh, so
exciting.
cute. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Daniel's new word that he's picked up is go. And I am thrilled. But
Guys, he wants to leave. I gotta go. Sorry.
I promise you, we get to the play park. 5 minutes. He's like, go. I was like, we're not going. He's
I just
like,
paid 120 rand
I
for you
just
to be here. No.
go. I was like, we're not going. And then he gets so upset because he's like, normally you cheer because I'm saying the word go. And now you're like, we're not going. I was like,
That is so
it's
funny.
hilarious.
That's
Anyways,
so funny.
oh, this is a big one. You'll be exhausted in a way sleep doesn't fix.
Oh.
Mm.
You know, we spoke about this in the burnout episode, but like there is no way to explain this kind of tired.
Mm.
Yo.
And I mean, I have a kid that sleeps really well,
What's
but
that like?
but, but it's the day-to-day stuff you have to go through that's exhausting. So like, even if you do sleep, it's like,
It's rough.
you'll lose parts of yourself, of your old life without warning. I mean, I guess that's a given even with neurotypical children.
Yeah, you're definitely not the same
You're
person.
not the same person.
No matter what kind of a kid you have, you're not the same as before you had kids. Your priorities definitely shift. Well, most people.
Yeah, most people's, yeah. You'll have days where love and overwhelm can exist in the same time.
Mm.
Mm.
Because Mason will be losing his shit, melting down, and then
Super
2 minutes later
cuddly.
come up to me and like just stroke my face like this. And I'm like, oh, you're the cutest kid on earth. Yeah.
You'll feel like no one prepares you for how hard it actually is.
Again, true to parenting in general, because it
Exactly.
is. I mean, no one can prepare you for how hard it is being the parent to an autistic child.
Yeah.
Literally no one, because
They're
no
all
two
different.
autistic kids are the same.
Yeah.
So you see some people with high functioning autistic kids, and they are like, their house is constantly in order. They can have nice things on their coffee table. They can have stuff on their coffee table. What's that like?
I can't even have cushions on my couch.
Dude, I can't leave a glass of water on my kitchen counter because
Mm.
that RIP to
Yeah.
my glasses. Because his intrusive thoughts are always, that's not supposed to be there, and he'll just smash it
Throw it
on
on the floor.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right. What's our next one? It says you'll struggle to switch off. Your brain is always on. Yeah, and we spoke about
We
that
spoke
in
about
burnout
that
as
in
well.
burnout, and it's true. Your brain never switches
Yeah.
off.
You'll fight battles in public and cry about them in private. The amount of times I've been into a Checkers and then left and literally sobbed in my car,
Yeah.
I can't even count, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Sometimes I leave home and I cry on the way to school to drop them off at school because the morning's just been that rough. Especially when Mason's had a bad night and he hasn't slept well, so I haven't slept well, and
Yeah.
he's like, okay, I've been up for 5 hours. Why have we not left here yet?
And I also think it speaks to like autistic children don't really understand certain concepts. So if I say to Daniel, it's closed, we can't go into that shop, it's closed. How dare it
But
fucking
why?
be closed? You know, it's the same as like his iPad. If the iPad is dead, he freaks out because he's like, why isn't it coming on? And I'm like, babe, we have to charge it. But he doesn't understand.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and then by the time I do give it to him, I just want to cry because it's like I'm trying to help him understand, but he doesn't understand.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, it's hard sometimes. Okay. You'll feel guilty for needing a break. I mean, yes
Oh.
and no. I mean, I don't feel guilty, but I do know that I have to, you can't escape it.
I
You,
don't
you
feel
still gotta.
guilty for feeling like I need a break. I feel guilty when I actually take the break,
Mm,
which is, it's got to change.
yeah.
Got to change.
And it also doesn't make sense,
No,
you know.
no.
You'll realize support is often smaller than promise. You know that saying that
Ooh.
says, you have a village, but wait till you have an autistic child, how small your village actually is. Because as so much as people want to help, it I mean it's hard for us. You
Yeah.
know, for them it's even harder.
And often they are willing to help, but only for this much time.
Mm,
And you feel guilty asking for help because you're like, hey, I know that he's really busy and I know that he's hardcore and stuff, but like I have to go to a doctor's appointment. Can you just watch him for an hour?
mm,
And then the doctor's appointment runs late and then you're stressing and it's just
mm,
like a whole vicious circle.
yeah.
Rough.
You'll have moments where you just don't know what to do. I feel
24/7
I feel
365.
like that's like my whole day.
24/7 365. There is no time where I'm ever
How
sure
do
of
you
anything.
how do you know what you want to do when your kid doesn't know what they want? Like
I can't solve your problems if you can't tell me what they are.
you feel invisible as a parent sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes I just feel like you just go through the motions. You almost don't feel like a person anymore. You
Mm.
just like,
Do you know what I was thinking the other day? I was thinking to myself that everybody speaks about, you know, spending time with your kids and, watching them grow and I don't have that. I feel like I am in survival mode
all the
from when
time.
they wake up to when they go to bed.
Mm,
And I feel like because I'm so strung out, I'm not enjoying parenthood. And I
mm,
don't know if that's just a season that I'm in, but that's how I feel. I feel like I'm not
yeah.
enjoying parenthood because I constantly feel like I am running on empty.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I also just think that, just as quick as you feel like you've gotten something down, then it changes.
Mm,
And that's to normal parenting as well. So
yeah.
always when you feel like you've got it figured out, then it's like a shit show again.
Yeah. I just want to special mention in the hard truth is
Mm.
grieving the life you thought you were gonna have.
Yeah.
So like, and I think this does affect a lot of dads,
Mm.
is especially when they have autistic sons.
Yeah.
They have
Rugby
these,
and they want to do
yeah,
the
oh,
sports
we're
and they
having a
want to,
little boy, it's very exciting, and you're like,
yeah.
oh, we're gonna play golf and we're gonna go fishing and I'm gonna watch them play rugby and cricket and it's gonna be so cool and we're gonna have all these cool
Mm.
experiences. And then your child is diagnosed and you realize that they can't sit still and they elope and they can't communicate with you, and
And you're not going to have those moments that
you're not going to
you
have
dreamed
those
about.
moments. You sit and think to yourself, am I going to be able to dance with my son at his wedding? Or are dads going to be able to have a father-daughter dance with their daughters at their wedding?
Mm.
Like,
Will they even get married
will they ever get married? Will they
or
ever
get a
move out of the
job?
house? Will they be
Yeah.
able to function in society? Like, you know, I think that grief of the life you thought you were going to have.
Mm.
And I think that's a lot of where the jealousy comes in when you see other
Yeah.
friends of yours with their kids and you hear stories. Um,
And it just, and I'm not saying that it is easy for you, but it just looks so much easier.
it does. And I grieve. I just want to have a conversation
Mm.
with him, and I wish I knew what his favorite color was, and I wish I knew how his day was. I would just wish
Mm.
he could
Did
tell
he have
me.
a great day at
Yeah.
school?
Or when he's ill, if he could tell me that his tummy hurts or that he's got a headache or what he actually wants to eat.
Mm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think there is a lot of grief around what you imagined
Yeah.
raising a child
And I
would
think
be.
you think about, rugby practice and soccer practice, but here you are
Mm,
taking your kids to therapy instead,
yeah.
you know?
One of the girls I work with watched her son, who is Mason's age, she took him to his first rugby match this week. And I was just like, that's so cute. And I thought to myself, I'm never going to have that.
Yeah.
You know? Here I go, crying again.
And then, it doesn't take much me to cry.
But
But it's true. I mean, even like kids who have like concerts,
oh,
so
Mason
Daniel,
did one and never again.
and this can make me emotional because Daniel, up until recently, Daniel went to mainstream nursery schools.
Mm,
And every time they had a concert, Daniel couldn't do it,
yeah.
and they were like, oh, but just try. And I'm like, but it's too much for him. And like,
Oh.
I'm trying to protect him, but it's
But
so sad for us.
You're also trying to not take away from the other children's experience of this
Yeah.
concert. Mason did one, and literally the teacher's assistant stood holding him the entire time.
Mm.
So we didn't do another one. And last year had his graduation. We arrived 15 minutes before the graduation. He walked across the stage, and that was it. We left.
Mm.
And it is
Yeah.
sad.
Mm.
Okay.
Why are we laughing and crying at the same time? But it's so true. I remember
poor
when
kids.
Daniel was in nursery school, like every day I picked him up, I cried. Because all the kids were like walking and talking and he wasn't even doing any of that.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard to watch.
Seeing kids their age
Yes.
do things and and sometimes it's so nice that they don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that's my biggest saving grace. Like
they don't know that they're missing out.
like Daniel doesn't care about Christmas. Daniel's never opened a gift in his life because he doesn't care about a gift.
Yeah.
He's never sat and opened a gift. Which is also an experience we've lost out on. Like Santa Claus and all these things. Daniel doesn't understand Easter.
Yeah.
He doesn't give two shits about Easter. He won't
Birthdays.
eat any of the Easter eggs anyway.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand birthdays, and you lose all of that you thought would be so exciting as a child.
You know what my thing is when it comes to Christmas time and everyone starts complaining about doing Elf on the Shelf. And I'm like, I just want to do it. Like, I just want to be able to pretend like there's this magic happening, and for my kids to appreciate it and understand and get excited every morning. Like,
wasn't this supposed to be a light-hearted
it
one?
really was.
If we don't laugh or cry, or we'll do both. One of the two. Okay. All right, moving on. Okay. I think our last one we have here is you carry the mental and emotional load 24/7.
Which we just literally explained. We just went through that physically. Yeah. You know what? It's tough. It's tough to wonder what it's going to be like for them. And it's okay to grieve. It's okay to
and
wish.
Don't feel guilty about it either. I mean, I will never forget my neurologist said to us, don't be sad about the fact that you're sad that your kid is autistic.
Oh,
she's
okay.
like don't
it's
feel,
okay
don't
to be
feel
sad.
the guilt,
Yeah.
Like don't feel the guilt that you're sad about it because you have to also kind of go through that. It's kind of like a breakup.
Yeah.
You need to go through all the stages, right?
All the emotions,
And one of them is sadness and grief. And like you say, you don't know where your kid is going to be in 10, 20 years. Like, are they going to live with you forever? Are they going to be able to get a job? Will Daniel ever speak? Like, I believe that he will, but we don't know if that's going to be the case,
And I also think it's okay to wish it was different. It's okay to wish that your child was not autistic. I have seen, I see these posts where people are like, I wouldn't change it for the world. Yes, you would. If you knew that drinking this little red pill, would change things, and your child would not be autistic and would be able to lead a normal life, go to a normal school, play sports, do dancing, do gymnastics,
Do whatever their heart
do whatever
desires.
they wanted to do, play hockey, whatever the case may be. And, sat around the table and ate dinner with you guys at night, and you weren't cooking three different meals, and would be able to talk and laugh and have friends and all of these things. You cannot tell me in all honesty that you would not do it.
Mm,
I would do anything. I would do anything. And I genuinely don't care if saying that upsets people. I
mm.
would do anything. I
But like
love
also
my son with
just
my whole entire everything inside of me. But if I could just make his life a little bit easy,
mm,
if I could, I would. Because it's not about making my life easier to not have to raise an autistic child anymore. It's about the fact that
I mean,
they
you're doing it,
struggle.
so
Exactly.
you're in
They
it.
they struggle on a daily basis is actually
Mm,
worse than ours.
mm,
Because imagine how frustrating it must be for them, how horrible it must be for them to be going like this the whole time, and you're giving them pretzels and they want the knickknacks. You know what I mean?
mm.
Like, and
Not be able to
stupid
verbalize.
example, but like they can't verbalize anything, and then we get irritated when they're getting frustrated, but we're not doing what they want us
Mm.
to do.
Yeah, and
It's okay to feel that way.
yeah, like you say, the ugly truths, and we. I'm not saying this because I don't think that you shouldn't say these things, but it's hard for me to hear them, and I'm not saying that neurotypical parents can't say it.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to hear it. Oh, my kid talks too much.
They never stop talking.
Or
Someone said that to me. They were like, oh my word, their daughter, she talks non-stop. She never shuts up. And I
mm,
literally looked them dead in the pupils and said, well, at least she can talk to you.
mm. like
And they,
stupid
they were like, oh,
like stupid things,
you
like you
know,
say, like they can't tell us if they have a sore stomach.
mm,
And this poor kid's probably going through the day with a sore stomach, and you don't know.
crying, and you can't understand why they're crying. You're getting irritated.
Yeah, and
Meanwhile, they
like,
got tummy ache.
oh, all my kid wants to do is do seven sports. If Daniel wanted to do seven sports, he would do fucking seven sports.
Hmm.
Like all the things that people complain about, and I just think I would kill to
Also
have
when I hear about parents putting a lot of pressure on their children,
that.
and I'm just like, what are you doing on their kids who are 5, 6 years old?
Mm,
What are you doing?
mm,
Relax, enjoy the fact that you get to do this. You do not have to put pressure on them, because just think for a minute that they are wanting to do stuff and they're willing to do stuff and they're happy and whatever. They don't have to be numero uno at everything
mm.
that they do. Just enjoy it. Just a little PSA to our friends with neurotypical kids. Take it from us. Like, appreciate every moment you have with your children, and when they want to talk to you, let them talk
Mm.
to you. When they want to complain and cry and talk to you about what they're going through at school, listen. Talk back to them.
And
Play with
they,
them.
you
When they
know
want
that,
to when they want to play catch with you, please go and do it. When they want to swim with you, please go do it.
thing,
Like,
like, mommy, watch me do this. I'd watch my kid do that
100
100
times.
times if I could. You
Please
know.
just never stop putting that effort in with your children, because I need everyone to realize how lucky they are that they have those experiences, because there are a lot of parents out there who have not, cannot, and maybe will never have those experiences with their
Mm.
children.
And it's not saying that we don't. We have our own little milestone parties, but
True.
our milestone parties are very different.
Dude, my kid
You
ate
know.
apples. That was very exciting. He said
Yeah.
he said hi and bye. That's cool.
Yeah.
And he started waving,
Mm.
which he
It's
couldn't do
like
before.
Daniel as well. Like, first time I ever saw him count to 10, he wasn't counting. He was watching a show that was
Mm,
counting,
mm.
and he physically was using his hands. For me, that was the biggest deal.
Yeah.
And and we celebrate those moments, especially with our kids as well.
Mm.
We show them that they're really trying, and they're doing amazing.
Every time they get the tiniest thing right, I make such a big deal,
Mm,
because I need them to know how cool it is that
yeah,
they've done something they couldn't
100%.
do 10 minutes ago.
But anyways, this was supposed to be lighthearted.
Yeah, got
Took a drastic turn.
super heavy real quick. So,
But yeah, thanks for listening to our ugly truths. And if you have any ugly truths you would like to share with us, then
do it.
pop them in the comments.
We are super grateful that you guys are here with us. We're super grateful that people are taking the time to listen to us talk and complain and watch us cry.
Yeah.
I'm not an attractive crier, so I appreciate you not switching off. But thank you so much for being here, and we see you and we love you. And just a reminder that you are not alone. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.